Hi folks, Rick Dewar here. Today I'm going to show you the amazing suck knob that I have in my studio. And this is it. So those of you who are not familiar with the incredible properties of this device, I'm going to introduce you to it. And I'll be holding the camera with one hand, so I apologize for the shakiness. So this is in one of my racks in my control room here. Got a couple preamps and several preamps here, an API and two Great Rivers, but then right above it towers the suck knob. So what happens here is usually the producer will control this. I put it in this rack today, but normally it's in the producer's desk, and it goes from kind of burning there, all green, to full suck. And back in the day, these were really common. So the producer basically would turn the knob, and when it was, when he wanted some better vibes and more groove, he'd go all the way to green. Mostly it'd be coasting here, but then when it wasn't happening, it would end up on full suck. So he'd have the control right there, and that's really all he needed to do. The whole session was sit back there and control the knob, sort of like this throughout the tune. And, kept him from talking and, trying to get in there, get his hands on the faders and do other things. And so this was a lifesaver for lots of engineers. Now, it was inspired by this classic Gary Larson cartoon that I've had laminated here. This was from the old Far Side comic strip, and this is Raymond's last day on the job. As you can see there, they had a suck knob that was built into the console. Now I do have some instructions here. Now anybody can make one of these, very, very simple, just a big potentiometer wired between two lights. And let's go around back and we'll take a look. So you see here, we're in back, and you see that potentiometer is wired between there. So when you turn it, it just fades the lights, and then I wired it to a AC adapter, and we're good to go. Pretty much stays on all the time. So for you engineers out there who normally deal with a producer, this is a real godsend here. Saves a lot of time and effort. Okay, they can just have full control over the performance of the musicians or singers or whatever's happening in the studio that day. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.